part 2 of Second Kings today. So Second Kings, we don't know when it was written, who it was written by, but 25 chapters. And fun fact, the prophetic books, like the 17 prophets at the end of the Old Testament, are in kind of mirror the times of Second Kings. So you get more in-depth analysis of the prophets and what it was like during the Second Kings times in the prophet books. So we'll get to those in a few weeks. But going over the timeline here, we have the great prophet of Elijah. He's getting old now, so I don't know how old he was, but he gets taken up into heaven on a chariot of fire. He just like flies up to heaven. He doesn't die. He goes to heaven on a chariot of fire, which is pretty amazing. And then his replacement is Elisha. He was trained by Elijah, and now he's the great prophet, and he performs many miracles like the floating axe head, and he turns 1 jar of olive oil into like 10 jars, like a lot of jars, which is pretty crazy. Then you have the great King Jehu. He kills Jezebel, who was like a witch, and she was like corrupting the nation, the people, with her witchcraft and stuff. And a lot more kings documented, like Josiah, Jehoaz, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And then eventually, because of the bad kings and Israel's sin, they were exiled by the Assyrians. The Assyrians took over. And then we have the remaining nation is the southern kingdom of Judah. So you have more kings documented, like King Hezekiah. He was one of the good ones. And then, well, eventually Judah got exiled too, this time by the Babylonians. And then it documents the fall of the capital city of Jerusalem. And that's about it. And the verse I picked kind of sums up 2 Kings in a few sentences. So it says, "The Lord warned Israel and Judah through all his prophets and seers. Turn from your evil ways. Observe my commands and decrees in accordance with the entire law that I commanded your ancestors to obey, and that I delivered to you through my servants and prophets. But they would not listen and were stiff-necked as their ancestors who did not trust in the Lord their God." So that's basically 2 Kings summed up. So yeah, we got Chronicles next, I believe. So yeah, see you guys.